In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the image picker library for Flutter to pick images from your phone library, either on Android, iOS, or from your files on the web. Also with this library you can capture images from your camera, pick also videos, and also capture videos, and you can also pick multiple images. This is the example app we're going to build today. So when we click on this button, pick image, first of all we have to say allow access to all photos, or you want to only give access to select photos, and then we're gonna choose an image, and then it's simply gonna display it down here. We could choose another image, and then it will replace the image here. Let's get started. So we're going to use the library image_picker. The current version is 0.8.4 plus 11. Just click on this button here to copy it to your clipboard, paste it into your pubspec.yaml file under your dependencies as such, and then run pubget. For the setup, we have to define 3 keys. If you want to use the camera, if you want to use the microphone for videos, and if you want to access the photo library. So for this, you have to go under your iOS folder, runner, and then open up the info.plist file, and then just copy and paste this into your code, or just write it yourself. And then of course you have to give here your custom explanation. This is just directly copied from the example app of the library itself, where you could just go onto the repository, then under example you go to iOS, and then to the runner, and then the info.plist file. And as you can see, these are the 3 keys. This is all we have to do for the setup. Next, I created a simple app, nothing fancy. I defined the image picker as a global variable within our homepage. Also defined padding so that it looks easier on the eyes when you're using padding for sized boxes to have some distance between the buttons. Also, I've defined this variable, the picked file. This is whenever we are picking a file or getting an image or getting a video, we save this into this variable so that we can display it more easily. Don't forget to import the image picker library and also the Dart.io library. So I defined here a button called elevated button for picking an image, another button for capturing photos, another button for picking a video, another button for capturing a video, and another button for picking multiple images. This library also works with Flutter Web. However, we cannot display images from a file, so that's why I'm checking if we're not using the current app in web. That's why you also have to import Flutter Foundation. So if it's not running in web, we can display our image from a file, and when we use the image picker we get an X file, not a file. So we have to convert this X file to a file in order to display it with the image widget. This is very simple. We simply just say file, open parentheses, then our picked file, and since we've checked whether it's null, so if it's not null, then we're going to force it because we know it exists, and then we use the path. So this is how we convert the X file into a file, and this then basically shows us the image from a file. Now let's have a look at how the pick image function works for when we use the first button for picking an image. All we have to do is use the picker, which we have defined above as mentioned before. Just picker equals image picker, so just an object of image picker, and then we can say pick image, and then in this case the source is the gallery, so it's from your photo library. If we wanted to get an image directly from our cameras, we would say image source.camera as here with the capture photo function. This is basically the difference between these two functions, so it's very straightforward. So this we will await for the user to pick the image. If the user cancels, then this image will be null. That's why we say this image can be null with the question mark here. If it's not null, then we are going to assign our picked file with our newly selected image, and of course we're going to set the state so that it will display our image in our UI. The same goes for the camera. In this case we just say picker.pickImage and then image source camera. And then if it's not null, then we simply assign the captured photo to our picked file, which we are going to display in our app. In this case, don't worry, the camera is not supported on the simulator, but if you try it with a real device, it works like a charm. Next, we can have a look at the pick video function. This is also very straightforward. Again, we use our picker and then just say pick video. And in this case, again, we use the image source gallery since we're picking the image from our already existing library. And in this case, this actually doesn't make sense since we're only displaying images in our UI and the video isn't an image. So you would have to use another library for displaying images in your Flutter app. Then the same thing with capturing a video. Again, we use picker.pickVideo, and in this case, of course, we use the image source camera. And again, in this case, this doesn't make sense since we have to use a different library for displaying videos. Also, another thing we can use is pick multiple images, and we do this with the picker.pickMultipleImage function, and this returns us a list of X files, and then we could manually do something with this list. I'm going to show you how this looks like in the app. So if you click on this, then you can simply select this, or unselect it by clicking on it again, and then we just simply say add. But in this case, we don't do anything with this list, so it won't do anything. But I just wanted to show you how to use this. I hope you liked this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And thank you for watching.